Okay, so I'm gonna make this video in regards to the rings that I was talking to you guys about in the last video, psychological projection, or example of psychological projection. And I gave you the story about the family situation that had happened about 10 years ago. So I had mentioned that on my 18th birthday, my father had bought me from his Armenian Bolsahai friend from Istanbul, okay, because my father was born in a village from the Black Sea, but again, he found out he was basically, he was raised in an incest area, because you'd have to understand in those regions of the world, especially during his time, people could not freely come out and say that they're Armenians, so the family kept it intact, and they would only give the kids away to like first, second cousins. I remember my father telling me the only ones that were considered Christian in the area were the Laz and the Greeks. And even then, the family didn't want them to mix with anyone, so they would just give them up to each other, okay? So when my father found out that he's Armenian, because he would just say, yeah, we're from here, right? His father and whatnot, because they would speak broken Armenian and Turkish. So he went to Istanbul, because there's Armenian communities there, and he got baptized, and he, you know, spoke cleaner Western Armenian. So he met my mom in Canada, and then obviously he had 3 kids, okay, and I'm the third youngest one, and I was the closest one to my dad because my mom never wanted the third kid. That's why up to this point my mom says, I never fucking wanted you, I hate you, I never wanted you, you're your father's, be like you're you know, you're not mine. So anyways, fast forwarding, my father bought me this ring when I was, now if you can see right here, as you guys know, since I've lived in Gyumri, I've literally put on 25 pounds. So my ring finger is a 7. This ring is a 6.5. Okay. Do you see the emerald ring? If you know anything about birthstones, I'm born in May. So the birthstone of May is emerald, which is why my father ended up getting me this. And doesn't it look like this symbol? And doesn't it look like this symbol? It does, doesn't it? Okay, so my mom lies and tells everybody that he bought her this ring, okay, when they were like engaged or after engagement, or like, let's say when she was like in her 40s. I can't remember the story because she stole this from me before I ended up selling my own piano, okay, because they called the cops on me because I sold my own piano because they wouldn't pay me when I was working. So I was basically broke. Okay, and she was, when they called the cops on me, my sister's screaming. My sister didn't even live with us. My sister's married, she has her own kid, whatever. And my sister's screaming at the police officer that my sister's this. The police officer's yelling at her, what kind of fucking sister are you? Anyways, I ended up telling the police officer they stole my ring. They said that is an offense, you know, that you can get them fucking charged and put into prison. They wouldn't give me my ring, but I got it back. You know when I got it back? When my mom came to Armenia, she brought my ring back. This ring. So I just want to tell you people, I don't know if my aunts or my uncles are watching this, because some of them have in the past, the lies that my mother has spread. My mom is born in February. She's an Aquarius. Her excuse was, I took my own ring, and he never bought her daughter that ring. Really? My mom's ring finger is 8. Now she's probably a 9. I don't know. As you can see, this is a 6.5. Okay? When I was 18, I was thick. So like I said, my fingers, people who knew me when I was in Canada, they weren't this swollen. This used to fit perfectly, right? My mom is born in February. Her birthstone is amethyst. Why would my father get her an emerald ring? Now, see this with my emerald ring that my mom brought? My mom literally came to only Gyumri to give me this. She said, I'm no longer with your father, because she's with that pervert rapist. She brought me their wedding band rings, my parents, my father and my mom. According to Armenians, you are, especially the daughter, is the dignity of the father, which is very accurate because I'm very much like my dad. So I want to show you something, okay? As you can see, the bigger one was for my dad, right? These are ring fingers. These are ring fingers. And this one would have been for my... So as you can see, look how loose this is, okay? Look at this. It's not sitting. See? It's loose. It's gonna fall. How if this is my mom's size, how on earth would this ring, when they got married, my mom was like 24. Okay, how does this work? How is it and when she brought me these rings in 2019, she said, you never did anything wrong. Okay, she never did anything wrong. So narcissists know exactly what they're doing. Okay, they need someone to abuse. They need someone to blame for their mistakes because they don't want to admit it.